Oh, hello, my geeks and peeps, my explainers and entertainers, my little oodle-ollies. Rebecca Parham here. So this is a little embarrassing, a possible design flaw, but my elevator swing is, stuck. But don't worry, I called for reinforcements earlier. So, do you think you could get here soon? Thanks. Great, you're a lifesaver, buddy.
Yeah, no problem. I'll be there in a flash. Okay, bye-bye. Hey, wait a second.
Yes, I know I'm a toon and I could technically survive the fall, but the landing is still painful and the way down is still very scary, and I'd rather spare myself the fear, thank you. So until the cavalry arrives, why don't we just chat? Fear is a funny thing, isn't it? If you've seen Pixar's Inside Out, you know that each of your emotions has a job to do that's essential to your survival and overall well-being. Fear's job is to keep you safe, stop you from doing stupid things that will hurt or kill you, physically, emotionally, and socially. But sometimes fear makes some strange decisions about what it perceives to be a threat. Yes, I see your point about this giant cliff, very big, very scary, very dangerous. But, why? When we're kids, fear is a kid too. It hasn't figured out the world yet. It doesn't know what it's supposed to be afraid of. I don't trust that vacuum. But that strange man offering free candy out of his white van? Now that's the picture of trustworthy right there. When I was a kid, my biggest fear was loud noises. And by extension, I feared anything that made loud noises. Most specifically, fireworks, those door stoppers that go and especially balloons. My mortal enemy, we meet again. A balloon just had to be in the room and I would side-eye it suspiciously the entire time. Like I thought, any second now it will inexplicably pop out of nowhere. And then I'll die. I was talking to my mom about this old phobia of mine, and she told me this story from when I was 3 years old. I don't personally remember this incident, but it certainly left a mark on my mom. One weekend, my parents took me and my sister Rachel to the circus. The whole 3 rings. Clowns, flying trapeze, tightrope walkers, you get it. Now I don't and have never had a fear of clowns, so I didn't mind when the painted jokesters emerged, driving their comedically small vehicle to perform the classic clown car gag. The car drove up, the door opened, a clown avalanche occurred, and then as the car was being driven away, it backfired out its tailpipe, and it backfired incredibly loudly, like the blast of a shotgun, complete with special effects flash and puff of smoke. And I, sitting in the stands with my family, was so horrified by this sudden loud noise that I stood up, put my hands on my ears, and just started screaming at the top of my lungs. Just standing there, screaming. It's like I thought, if I'm just louder than the loud noise, I shall win the day. My sister Rachel must have thought, oh, I guess this is what we're doing now, because she quickly followed suit, standing up with her hands on her ears, being the harmony to my melody of terror. I didn't get taken to another circus until I was 11 years old, and it was Cirque du Soleil. As an adult, I can say I pretty much grew out of this fear. Me and balloons, we're back on speaking terms. But if I'm honest, there's still a small part of me that doesn't care for sudden loud noises. If you ever watch me during a fireworks show, you can see a teeny tiny little micro flinch every time one of those big mortars goes off. It probably looks like I have a nervous tic or something. Now, another fear I had growing up was oddly specific, but maybe it's one a few of you can relate to. I was absolutely terrified of the feeling of flying out of your seat on theme park rides. You know, the thing that people actually like about theme park rides, the thing they stand in line for 90 minutes to experience. Anything with a steep drop in it made me think I was going to die. It could be a roller coaster, a log flume, a shoot the chute ride if you want to get theme park nerdy. But my absolute nemesis growing up was the drop tower ride. Tall towers that suddenly drop you. One of the most famous drop towers is the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror over at Hollywood Studios in Disney World. This ride was my worst nightmare. You see, Disney is really good at setting a mood and psyching you out before you even get on the ride. Theming, as they call it. And I was very susceptible to all of that as a kid. I had a hard time remembering that this was all make-believe. So a drop tower themed as a creepy haunted hotel with an elevator that will kill you? Yeah, that was maybe a little bit of a trigger for young me. And very often on our Disney vacations, an adult had to wait outside with me while everyone else enjoyed the ride. So when I was about 8 years old, I was still dealing with this fear. And Mom and Dad saw this as a teaching opportunity. Time to face one's irrational fears head on and learn that there are far more terrifying things in this world than an amusement park ride with 8 million safety regulations built into it. so they made me get in line for the Tower of Terror. And sure enough, I got psyched out as we were walking through the creepy, elaborately decorated line. I was literally shaking, begging my parents to not make me do it. And when we got to the front of the line and sat down in the front row of the ride car, I had finally hit my limit. I put my head down and just started sobbing. The whole car of riders went silent and stared at me. Mom and Dad knew that I didn't need to be there anymore. The cast member in charge leaned down and very gently said to me, "My dear, I cannot start this ride if you are crying." And from the depths of my tormented soul, all I could say was one word: good! I was let off the ride, much to my relief. And it wasn't until I turned 13 that I finally faced the Tower of Terror. As a child, I feared you. But I am a child no longer. Question for all of you. Did a certain movie or TV show really scare you as a kid but then become your favorite when you got older? Because that totally happened with me. Like, Alice in Wonderland really freaked me out as a kid, especially the Cheshire Cat when he disappears that first time, leaving only his smile. Now, I am a sucker for anything Alice in Wonderland. Jurassic Park terrified me as a kid, and now it's my favorite live-action movie. I don't know, maybe we all eventually become fascinated by the things that scared us as kids. Or maybe we all stay traumatized. After all, what is adulthood but a constant state of dealing with past trauma? But you know what? I'm gonna go on record and say that I think a little bit of fear is healthy for kids. Because if we never get scared, how can we learn to be brave? So maybe the balloons and theme park rides and creepy grinning cats of your past taught you a lot more than you think.
Hey! Rebecca! I'm here!
Lottie? Well, what are you doing here? I called Tom for help.
Well, you see, Tom realized he's, in London, so he called Jaden to ask her to do it. But she was busy, so she called James, who called Emirichu, who called Cypherden, but she couldn't make it because she's in New York. So Den called Tabs, who called Illumination, who called Rushlight Invader, and I just happened to be in the area, so he called me, and here I am.
Well, I did move out into the woods in the middle of nowhere. What else did I expect?
Yeah, we all thought that was kind of antisocial of you.
Well, thank you for coming all the way out here, Lottie. You think you can help me down?
We are Toons. You could survive the fall if you just jump down.
I don't want to jump down. It's scary.
Face your fears, Rebecca!
Lottie, no, don't do it, Lottie. Please, no, not Lottie. No, stay. Do not.
You're welcome. Anything else I can do for you? You got it. Thank you so much for tuning in, but now we gotta tune out. Bye!
There we go. Finished my base in the nether. I don't know why I haven't seen other gamers do this. Well, time to set my respawn point. That actually happened to me, and I got so mad about losing all my really beefed up enchanted items that I looked up a bunch of cheats to get them all back. And then that world got really boring. Would it be okay if I periodically made these little informal white background videos? Because despite my excruciating pain in the last one, I got a big surge of creativity and joy from making it. Really replenished the old HP, you know? If that's okay, just give me a like and a comment on this video, let me know, and maybe we'll make it a thing. Hey, it just means more videos for you guys, right? You see that title right there? Yeah, it says, "Oh no, I like Minecraft," because video games and I have a complicated relationship. Like a needy ex who keeps showing up at your door, but he brings the good pizza. I love watching gamers play video games, and I am very grateful to that community because I would be totally out of the loop in the gaming sphere if not for them. Why does everyone keep talking about backrooms? But actually sitting down and playing video games myself has proven problematic in the past. Namely, it's been counterproductive to me doing this job. I can quit any time. So I don't really indulge in video games that often. I did try Cuphead because I wanted to see all the pretty animation, but...
Through all of your battles and all of my rhymes, you have failed and perished. Are you sure you want to know?
Yes.
I'm all for not giving up and following your dreams, but Sometimes you need to realize when those dreams are dead.
This was all a very well and good arrangement. I could enjoy my games from a distance and still get my work done. But then... Minecraft. I know. Late to the most popular game ever created. Oh, look at Becca. She's a cringe, weird old person. Yes, I know. I'm 36, practically in the grave. And according to some of you, I apparently am your internet mom. Well then, go sit in the corner. This whole thing started when a YouTuber named Technical Antonym asked me to play Minecraft with him in a video, and that was the end of my productivity for a while. One does not simply play Minecraft once. That's like eating one potato chip. Here's my observation about playing Minecraft for the first time. This game doesn't try very hard to teach you how to play. When you open the game for the very first time ever, you're like a newborn giraffe falling 6 feet to the ground in its first few seconds of life. You're dropped into a hostile world with nothing to your name and are expected to just figure it out. You get one pop-up telling you to go punch a tree and that's it. But why? Yes, technically you can press escape, navigate to this user's manual here, and read paragraphs of text for 20 minutes, while in-game your guy is left out in the open completely unprotected as night approaches. Pausing is for chumps! So what's kind of cool about Minecraft to me is that it almost functions like traditional games, like chess and baseball. Yes, there are rules written down somewhere, but you more often learn about the ins and outs of the game by having another person show you. Whether that's an actual friend walking you through it, or watching somebody play the game online. And I tell you what, if I hadn't been watching gamers play Minecraft for years before this, I would be completely lost. Hey, developers! I don't have time to read a college thesis on how to play. This is the age of short attention spans, and my doctor won't give me Ritalin. You want to see some things I made? Some of it's cool, most of it's dumb. Like this. It's a chicken pit. And if you stand here long enough, your ears begin to bleed. Or how about this? Putrid, isn't it? I call it the Great Terracotta Vein. You see, I am a directionally challenged person, and I'm pretty sure I owe GPS my soul. But I hate using maps in Minecraft. What is this? This is a bunch of pixels. I need landmarks and signs, people. My brain don't do north, south, east, and west very well. So I made this to always know where I am. To a certain distance. Has it taken way too much time to make? Yes. Have I fallen off of it and accidentally unalived myself? Only twice, believe it or not. But my goodness, is it not a beauty to behold? Like a great monument to stupidity. Hey, you know that task I set to all of you in my last video to help me find my story in Cosmo Girl? Well, you all did not disappoint. It was the October 2004 edition with Angelina Jolie on the cover. Karen Bonds 264 was the first that I found to write it in the comments, and Dreamy actually sent me a photo of the story in the magazine. My thanks to both of you and anyone else who sent me a message. I know there was a lot of you. Let's just put this up right here. Ah, that's nice. I did that. Anyways, explainers and entertainers, I'll get out of your hair now. Return to my little den of animation and Minecraft. Until the next one, thank you so much for tuning in, but now I gotta tune out. Bye!